You can have these little structural shifts in different parts of the market, mortgage rates, wage growth, home prices. And when you start to see that structural shift with some of these numbers, that can provide that sort of glimmer of hope that it may be possible to get a mortgage, buy a home, and be able to afford a little bit more than you thought you could before. The other bullet point that came out of the article, and I think this is an important one and underscores what I just talked about in home prices: growing inventory. Inventory has grown in most markets. It certainly has here in the Coachella Valley. In many of the cities, we are seeing more and more inventory. Now, is it all the way back to normal, which again, historically, traditionally, a normal market has always been considered that inventory would be about 6 months of supply based on the current sale rate. We're getting pretty close to that, still a little bit shy of that, but inventory certainly is much, much greater than it was several months ago, earlier this year, and certainly compared to last year. So I think that's a pretty big issue in terms of how affordability has ticked up a little bit. Listings are ticking upward. And because of that, the combination of all this good news about mortgage rates trickling down a little bit, I think more and more of the consumers out there, the prospective home buyer segment, they're starting to hear that listing inventory is growing. A lot of the cases, these prospective buyers have an agent lined up. They've got agent who's monitoring the market, letting them know about new listings coming online. And they're probably hearing that the amount of listings available for them to look at has grown. So what that does, when you got more listings to choose from, then that starts to shift the market in terms of who's got the leverage. Is it the sellers or is it the buyers? Well, I think the sellers now have lost a lot of the leverage they have had because they have more competition in terms of more listing inventory of existing homes that they have to compete against. Plus the fact, don't forget, you've got those home builders out there. I always say, if you're selling your own home, the home builders are your competition too, and they continue to do everything they can to get their home sold by offering concessions in order to help the buyer with their financing to do what? Make the financing more affordable. So those folks selling existing homes, you need to realize that's part of who you're competing with. And you need to realize, as a consequence, when you're marketing your home for sale, and it's an existing home, not a brand new home, you've got to focus on what can you do as a seller to help address this affordability issue, just like the home builders do.